And we welcome you back to another edition of the long and the short of it. The TIW shorts. This is wrestling. Is it short? Is it not? We are about to find out. Lee Versage in the palatial states here in Ashton and in bodacious Belleville. Zach McGibbon. Zach, how are you?
30. They all came out at 30. That was the previous one. I mean, that's the tone I'm coming in for this short. The lawn and the short. I'm glad that I could reclaim bodacious Belleville, because the other one was that's not gonna work for me, brother. The last one we did, that one was a little rough.
It was bootylicious for all those who didn't hear it.
Yes.
I guess Zach doesn't eat his bootios.
No, do not.
He does not. Now, our host, the super fan, Ben Soubliere, is here. How are you, Ben?
Hot and sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy.
I know that song.
One Marshall Mathers.
I am good despite the heat. I'm not talking the Latino heat, Eddie Guerrero. I'm talking the smoky, humid heat that is engulfed the area.
I'm a guy, Zach, that complains when it's minus 30, minus 40. It's just too cold. There's no AC in the palatial estates. You know why? We don't need it. We're good. We are. But Zach, you and I are going to have to try, after me beating you again in the last shorts when we had to compete, like always, we have to try and get on the same page now. Now, do you think that that's possible with your attitude right now?
The mega powers must unite again.
I was going to say, we were talking heat earlier. There's a different kind of heat coming on this end over here. This is some shoot heat, brother. I'm ready to go. I'm glad we're partnering up once again, because the lawn and the short of it, I always end up being on the lawn part of the short. That's for sure. So I'm glad that we're changing it up. I do like what's coming up here. In terms of the game formats, I like what we do. I think we do a good job of analyzing it all. We work very well together as a team.
Yep.
It's just when we go off solo, somehow I get the final entrant of the Royal Rumble, and then I'm left sinking and swimming, but it's okay. It's fine. We're moving on from that game, and we're moving on to this game.
Before we move on, Ben, I would like to tell people that I did win the losers of the main event of WrestleMania, equally as hard as Zach's, but somehow I came out on top.
Approximately just as many people. I mean, not including multi-man matches and night 1 and night 2, buy one, get one free pay-per-view. But
you sound negative. Don't sound negative.
They each of you had at least 30 people on your list.
Yeah.
Yep. You literally had to like take my list and read off the names, like every single name. Like that was like a new low key. Like that was like reading off every name as I'm trying to sit there thinking the connection between R-Truth and the Warlord. Like how I've never in my life have thought of R-Truth and the Warlord in the same sentence, but here we are. I'm sitting here in this game, and Lee Versage, of course, he's got the losers of WrestleMania, and I get the Warlord.
It's difficult.
Our dog.
It's difficult, but somehow I managed.
I didn't even realize the Ryback was 30th at one point. So, I mean, this is
okay.
how
it's time for us, as we said, we have a good knack at getting on the same page when we need to, and it feels post Ben Soubliere like we need to.
Can they coexist and take on the random randomizer?
Oh, I love the random randomizer.
Big fan of the random randomizer.
To recap, you will have to agree and rank 5 different answers that without knowing what is coming next, you have to blind rank them, justify your answers, and try to get on the same page as you figure out what is your top 5 in a given category.
Now, Zach, one thing we haven't done is like really disagree on one so far, where like we'll come to a compromise fairly soon, and it's within the realm anyway. Like we're close. We haven't had one of these like he should be 1. No, he should be 4 or 5, and I'm not backing off. This isn't going to be one of those times, is it?
Anything can happen at the random randomizer, Lee. Who knows? It's the random randomizer, so we'll find out.
When the temperature goes up, can they coexist?
Oh, we already know that we're a good team when we need to be. So what? Let's get this random randomizer. Do we have? I feel like that's one of those musical interludes with exactly like no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
Yeah. Almost like the Plunko music, or like something on
the what? Hold on. What did you just call it?
Called Plunko.
Plinko?
Plinko?
Is that where you? The Price is Right?
Yeah.
Plinko. He called Plinko Plunko.
I think Plunko's a board game.
I love that.
All right. So your theme for the random randomizer
is the top 5 Price is Right games. Plinko number 5. It's actually super overrated.
I knew you would be a big anti-Plinko guy. That makes a lot of sense.
Overrated.
But if I can be serious here for a moment.
The guy goes up the ramp and they got to stop.
That's a good one.
Before he falls off. It's the best. Hole in one or 2 when Bob Barker was doing it. He flip it, he got 2 putts. Brilliant.
I will take your word for it. The only time I ever saw The Price is Right was when back in the 90s, early 2000s, when you were staying home sick from school.
Yeah, but it's iconic.
Yeah, but
you got to know the games.
Drew Carey's the better host, right?
Well, unfortunately, like some old people, it didn't go well for Bob Barker late.
I was just baiting you.
But I digress.
Okay, your category for the random randomizer is rank these 5 wrestling managers.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. All right.
I'm already gathering a game plan, Zach. Okay.
I've got a couple of names already in mind, so I'm getting prepared.
Excellent.
So I can't wait to be sideswiped with a name that is completely out of my purview. Get fired up.
Get fired up. Number 1 on your ranking. The sensational Sherry Martel.
Ooh, all right.
Get fired up. So this is an interesting one because we have no idea what's coming, right? It's like, is he just going to throw the top 5 managers of all time? I would say that if you went through Sherry's portfolio of wrestlers that she managed, it is like the who's who of professional wrestling.
It's more than you would think. Absolutely.
Like it is. So just from the WWF, WWE, when you go Shawn Michaels, Ted DiBiase, Macho Man Randy Savage, I know Ric Flair in WCW, Harlem Heat in WCW. I'm missing a big one, I think.
I was thinking Sean. That was the main one for me. And you mentioned Harlem Heat in WCW.
The Macho King Randy Savage. That was a big one.
Dig it.
But between Flair, Michaels, Savage, Ted DiBiase, Harlem Heat, Playboy Buddy Rose and Doug Summers in AWA.
Ooh, there's a pull. Very nice.
Yeah. Did a good job with them, making them 2 not very good wrestlers seem like they were really good against the Rockers.
Well, Playboy Buddy Rose at that stage of his career was not a good pro wrestler.
That's correct.
Yes.
That's correct. So obviously like a long time in the business and managed like the who's who of professional wrestling. I don't know what's coming next. What's your gut say?
Safety Sam, Lee.
Oh boy.
Number 3. Because here's the thing with Sensational Sherry.
Yep.
She more kind of completed the act as opposed to take the act to the next level, I would argue. Maybe Sean, you can make an argument for, but I think in terms of what she brought, like she really helped to kind of complete the acts. Like Harlem Heat is another one that I think of that really helped to complete the act during her time.
Yeah.
There are managers like I could think of that took that act to the next level.
For sure. We don't know what's coming. I would say that coming off of one of the greatest runs with the Macho Man Randy Savage and Elizabeth, I would have thought putting another woman with him would have absolutely killed it out. And it didn't.
Nope.
So that one I give her a lot of credit for. Okay. Zach and I are on the same page. We're going to go with number 3. I think an underrated manager in Sherry Martel.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Final answer, yes.
Locking in. So the first to be ranked at number 3, Sherry Martel. Your next person to rank is the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
That's an interesting name because I think there are 2 different versions of Jimmy Hart. There's the one in Memphis that is awesome. If you go back and watch those old Memphis tapes and how great he was and how important he was to a lot of those main events with Jerry Lawler, especially with the Andy Kaufman stuff too. So a big part of that. And then you look at his WWF stuff and there's some good stuff there, but it does not reach the peak that he had in Memphis, in my opinion. Still a solid manager, but I don't think you talk about a who's who of wrestlers for Sherry Martel. It felt like with Jimmy Hart at one point, he was managing like everybody on the WWF roster.
Yeah.
So that kind of puts it down a little bit for me.
Yeah. So I really tend to agree with you that I think when you say the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, it's recognizable to almost even non-wrestling fans. Like the association with Hogan, just being there in the 80s when everyone seems to remember all of those things. So like him with, the Hart Foundation or like any of the teams, like the Nasty Boys.
Which of the Hart family is he related to?
I think he's separate from everybody in the Hart family, but now I see you have a big grin on your face.
Yeah, he knew that like the entire time. And
it's got to be Jim, right?
I'm very comfortable at putting him behind Sherry.
I am too. I feel like if you had gotten that Memphis Jimmy Hart much longer, and I think I would put him ahead of Sherry.
And he also stayed around way longer than he should have.
Yes.
And had zero effect on why he was even there in the last few years.
Especially like mid 90s WCW onwards. Like I will say about Jimmy Hart, incredible ability to be able to navigate through copyright laws when it comes to making music for the wrestlers. Because he would just take similar chords, but change them just a little bit so you can't be sued. But you're hearing it's like, oh, this is Nirvana. Like, why? Like, what? You just change a couple of chords. That's the specialty of Jimmy Hart.
I think I've changed my whole opinion on music, though, learning that the same 4 chords have made almost every hit song in the last 40 years. So I'm going to, I would agree with you on the Jimmy Hart. Where do you want to put him? 4 or 5? You want to?
I'm comfortable with him at 4.
Okay.
Because I do think there are worse managers than Jimmy Hart.
Is one coming though? That's the question.
That's a great question.
So I do think very overrated, very well known, but not somebody that I think had the same effect even as Sherry Martel. Number 4.
Locking in number 4, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. All right, your next person to rank, someone that should be near and dear to Lee Versage's heart.
Oh,
Bill Alfonso.
pulling at the heartstrings. Here, Zach.
Ooh.
I don't have a whistle to blow. But if I did, I'd be blowing.
I
You
need
can soundbite that.
I need to hear your thoughts first, Zach.
He's my number 5 for me, and I don't think there's much debate. Like Bill Alfonso, good for him. He was able to transition from being a referee to being the manager for RVD and Sabu, and pretty big for ECW. But his peak was a 2-year run at best in ECW as a manager, I would argue. Like, he's still somebody that the ECW shows, when they do the reunion shows, he'll be available. But I never looked at the act of RVD and Sabu and was like, oh, Bill Alfonso really helps bring this all together. For me personally. So for me, he's a number 5 and an easy number 5.
Did I finally find the crack in the foundation of this team? Did I find it?
You had to go to ECW to find it, and it's a good guess in terms of trying to get that
Well,
correct.
I can tell you that he did not find it, Zach. Bill Alfonso wouldn't be in my top 20 or 30 managers of all time. They had to put him with Sabu, who couldn't talk at all. They put him with RVD a little bit before Rob, started to get comfortable on the mic, and it just sort of fit him a little bit. It was a very ECW thing, but I certainly never gravitated towards him. I certainly don't think he even, like, I take away Bill Alfonso. Are the wrestlers worse? Not really to me.
No.
So this one is a pretty easy number 5 as well.
Locking in number 5, Bill Alfonso. You've got 2 more spaces left, and they're at the top of the board.
Yeah, but this is where you better have written these down already. Did you write them all down, or you're just gonna?
I wrote the names down.
Yeah, that's all I want to know. So
Yeah.
you're not making up. Now you're gonna pick 2 awful people.
No.
Okay.
The names have been written down the whole time. All right. So your next person to rank in the top 5 wrestling managers, Jim Cornette.
Ooh,
1.
This one's interesting.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you worried about a couple other people being mentioned though?
Yes.
Wait, but what you're saying is that the next person, like, it's more likely.
What if the next person is Bobby the Brain?
Yep.
I don't think you'd put Bobby the Brain, because Bobby is number 1 on anybody's list almost at all
Yeah.
times.
And Jim Cornette would say that too in terms of managers.
So I don't think you'd go with an obvious number 1. Like, I think Bobby Heenan, Zach, is the number 1 manager, and it's not close in a world of professional wrestling managers that's a mile long. Is Ben Soubliere really going to do that? You say that, right?
I can't rule it out, but I wouldn't be upset if at Jim Cornette number 1. Look,
What if he says Paul Heyman?
more of a debate. I would argue Heyman more than Cornette, but I mean, Jim Cornette to me is like, he's top 5 at least. Like, just if you look at all pro wrestling managers, he's at least top 5 in terms of like, the Midnight Express isn't the Midnight Express without Jim Cornette.
Oh,
In my mind.
100%.
And he totally made that act and made not just 2 wrestlers, but like a tag team, like a division of pro wrestling matter, with him being the manager of the Midnight Express.
Yeah.
So, people, I know he's got the podcast. He has his opinions and takes on stuff. And trust me, I do not agree with everything he says on that podcast. And I do think sometimes some of his takes are an active hindrance to the pro wrestling scene.
Yeah.
But if I'm just looking at him strictly as a performer, strictly as somebody that, was in the wrestling business during his time, I would not be upset with Jim Cornette at number 1. He, again, was somebody that established a tag team, and one of the best voices of that era, in a time with the Bobby the Brain Heenan too. Like, he was able to have him stand out. So The only argument you can make against Cornette is maybe he doesn't age as well as some of the other top managers, like a Paul Heyman and even a Bobby the Brain Heenan to an extent.
All I picture is the guy that does the Triple H impressions, Elite Wrestling, that you see on all the things. Also does the Shawn Michaels, and again, and again. And he does the Shawn Michaels thing, and that's where I took Zach.
And again.
You see, and again. I kind of picture Zach that way as well. All right. Jim Cornette, numero uno.
Number one with a bullet. All right, for your last person, and you don't actually technically have to rank them at all.
Yep.
Because your job is done. So, ladies and gentlemen, the last pick is Mama Benjamin.
Yes. Number two, though. Oh, no.
What?
Shelton
Mama
Benjamin's mom.
Shelton Benjamin's mama.
You wrote that down?
Yeah.
Mama Benjamin.
That's the final one.
Oh, Zach, we've been
souped.
We've been bamboozled.
See, now I feel very much happy that Cornette's number one. Could you imagine?
No.
We have to save the slot. It's like, okay, Bobby the Heenan's coming or Paul Heyman's coming.
Yeah, I mean, this is an unfortunate turn of events here, but like that's just a terrible pick.
You don't believe in the gold standard?
That's a terrible pick.
That's a terrible ranking. You did not leave yourself any room.
I'm ashamed at the host here for bringing this level of managerial lack of success.
Kenzo Suzuki on your list to rank.
Yeah. I was waiting for some sort of Kenzo Suzuki. I thought Bill Alfonso, if I'm being honest, was kind of the Kenzo Suzuki pull.
Yeah, well, go ahead, Zach. Why don't you praise the host this time? And what a great job he's done.
Look, I'm just glad that Mama Benjamin's not number one. I'm just glad at this point. I can accept Mama Benjamin being over Bill Alfonso. I can accept that. Over Jimmy Hart, bad look. Over Sensational Sherry, bad look. But we got number one right. And sometimes that's all you need. You just need to get number one correct. And
Safety Sam putting Sherry Martel right in the middle. Lever Sage agreeing with Mr. Safety Sam.
Yeah, I was
Mama Benjamin over Sherry Martel, Bill Alfonso, and the Mouth of the South.
Yeah, I'm only going to apologize about Sherry Martel. Like, I know, yeah, Jimmy Hart should probably be above Mama Benjamin too, but you're right, Zach. There's a clear number one on this list.
Yep. And we got it right.
Number one. That's a win.
It's a win in my mind.
Your number two, your rankings a little weird.
I can tell you,
strange.
I can tell you when in the competitions between Zach and I, they don't worry about number two in that. Why would we worry about number two in this?
So to summarize your 5 rankings in the random randomizer of wrestling managers: number 1, Jim Cornette; number 2, Mama Benjamin; number 3, Sherry Martel; number 4, which way did we rank it? Was it Jimmy Hart number 4?
Yep.
Jimmy Hart number 4, and Bill Alfonso at number 5.
Yeah, look, there's one anomaly in the group, and Zach, we're gonna have to live with that. I'm okay with this.
It's not the worst. It's bad, but it's not the worst. It's not the best. I think
you've been able to avoid my Subi traps up to this point, but I think I finally got you.
The Subi trap. Is there going to be Subi snacks as well? Is this what's going on?
No, Subi snacks get served at the all-in watch party.
Honestly, the only switch I would make from that list was Mama Benjamin with Jimmy Hart. Maybe that's the only switch. But at the time, thinking of Jimmy Hart, I was like, I think I'm glad you and I think on that same wavelength, where it's like, I think people think of him higher than we do.
It's like saying to me when people think back and go, oh yeah, man, I used to love, like, oh, they were so great. Like wrestlers like Jake the Snake Roberts and, Coco Beware and like all the guys in the 80s that couldn't wrestle worth a lick. Like Jake could a little
I was
bit.
gonna say,
Jake,
don't you put Jake in the same category as Coco Beware?
No, but there's still like the junkyard dog. Like they were just all gimmicks and all terrible. And they're so overrated because people remember them. Jimmy Hart is a little bit in that category. That's all.
You know what the name I was expecting from Mr. Soubliere? I was expecting Mr. Fuji, and I would be like 5 with a bullet, like 5, 5, 5, 5 with a bullet, Mr. Fuji.
On the list of names that I had kind of like percolating in my brain, Mr. Fuji was there.
Coach
Was there. Rico
that's
was
another
there.
5. Oh, Rico. You know what? I kind of liked Rico, but certainly better than Mama Benjamin. If Rico was there instead of Mama Benjamin, I feel a little bit better.
All right.
Melina or Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, for the random randomizer, we got number 1 right and did a pretty good job with the list. And Screwball Mama Benjamin.
Hey, she was a defining character of the ruthless aggression era. That's how I'm going to go with.
She was something about that. Anyways, that's our list for today. We'll be back with more coming up soon. We appreciate you being with us on the random randomizer edition of This Is Wrestling.